Hi, I'm Bob Humphrey with another tip from Yamaha Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about why bow hunters sometimes miss. We'd all like to make a perfect shot every time, but unfortunately that's just not reality. The good news is there are a few simple things that you can do to at least minimize the probability of missing when you bow. Probably one of the most common reasons people miss is they can't properly judge distance, range. And the simple solution to that is to get a rangefinder and use it. When you're on stand, when you get on stand, range some trees, stumps, different landmarks, and then you'll know if something comes to that point. You'll know the range ahead of time. You can use the proper sight pin, make an accurate shot. Now there are sometimes circumstances when you're not going to be able to use your rangefinder. Maybe it's not close at hand. An animal comes on quickly. You just can't pick it up, range the animal before the shot opportunity's gone by. So you have to do it by eye. So what you can do, since you have a lot of idle time on stand, is to practice. Guess. Pick out a tree, make a guess how far away you think it is, then take your rangefinder and see how close you come. The more you practice, the better you get, and pretty soon you'll be able to do a pretty decent job of at least estimating close enough so that you can make an accurate shot with your bow. But still, the rangefinder is always a better option if you can get it up and use it without spooking game or ruining your shot opportunity. Another reason bow hunters sometimes miss is because they fail to compensate for a steep downward angle. According to Isaac Newton, the force of gravity is greatest on an object that's traveling parallel to the ground. So an object that's traveling at a steep downward angle is actually going to be less affected by gravity, which is why bow hunters tend to shoot a little bit high on those steep downward angle shots. So one simple solution is aim low. Rather than the lungs, maybe aim for the heart. That way if you miss high, you still hit lungs, you've still made a good shot, and if you miss too low, it's a clean miss. But if you've compensated properly, less chance of a miss. Another possible solution is to use a pendulum sight. It will actually pivot within the sight housing as your bow angle changes, and it'll compensate for that downward angle and give you an accurate shot. You can just focus on your sight pin and you don't have to worry about compensating for the steep downward angle. Probably one of, if not the most common reason that bow hunters miss is that they're just not familiar enough with their equipment. Okay, unlike a gun where you can sight it in, set it down, and then pick it up later and take it out and shoot accurately, you're part of the shooting system with a bow. You have to practice. You have to first sight it in so that it's shooting accurately, and then you have to continue to practice so that you're really familiar with the bow, that you're comfortable with it, so that when it comes time to shoot, everything is automatic, everything is mechanical. You're not thinking about, am I pulling back right, am I anchoring, am I finding the right anchor point? Everything's got to be automatic. So you need to practice repetition to the point where it becomes automatic. Another thing that should go without saying, but could possibly lead to misses in the woods, is just not having the right components for your bow. You want to make sure that you have the right arrow shafts, that the spine is matched to the draw weight, the draw length of your bow. You have the right weight heads for the arrows, for the spine weight. All your components need to be matched up so you get maximum performance out of your bow, and that's one other way that you can reduce the possibility of an errant shot or a miss. Another possible reason for misses is just plain old excitement. We're out there in the woods, we're waiting, we're looking for an animal, and suddenly it shows up, and that can be pretty exciting. Gets the heart pounding, gets the blood flowing. You can only control that to a certain extent. Experience certainly helps. The more experience you have hunting and having close encounters with wild game, the more relaxed you're going to be, but it's still pretty exciting, and that's the reason we're out there anyway. That about covers it for this time, but please check back again soon and often with the Yamaha Outdoors.